Ladies and gentlemen, oops, I gotta move the shield back up a little bit. Boom! Welcome back to GFINITY Spring Masters. It's day 2. I'll just shape that up a little bit so it looks a little bit nicer. There we go. We're starting the day off here in the Challenger stages once again. And it's Rifkin and Zombie coming at you. Sorry for the kind of late start. Everything was just kind of leading up to directly hopping into the game. And, well, without further ado, in the top left corner of the map, from Team Dignitas. His mama loves him very much. It's the very handsome Red Protoss player Bling.
In the bottom right, as the green Terran, it's uThermal.
Now, I'm really particularly interested in this one, and if you guys didn't catch it, one of the rebroadcasts I did last night was with the Battle of the Ladder Hero, specifically because it had uThermal versus Hearthstone in it. Now, if you guys actually watched that, you know, it's too late for spoilers at this point, because it's only like a month old. Got rebroadcast last night. uThermal actually played pretty damn well versus Protoss, and he went on to win his entire group afterwards. Now, Bling, I'm not going to write this guy out just yet. Bling did take a game off of SOS yesterday, and everyone went like WTF. So he's looking like he's in pretty good shape. I'm not going to take anything away from that. But uThermal, who we spent a lot of yesterday praising and watched him fall, I think might have a better chance in this matchup.
I am really not sure. Even though Bling looked powerful in I think it was a macro game. I think, you know, it wasn't just like a DT rush or something like that. In PvP, PvT is still like a lot different. The major thing about this matchup is that both players are oftentimes not comfortable with it. So Protoss says that Terran Widowmine drops suck, and you can't deal with metavacs, and everything is stupid. And Terran says, well, you get to the late game, and well, suddenly there's no chance of winning. So how can Protoss QQ? Like there's both sides,
OP,
right? Yeah. I mean, really, TVP seems to be the I don't know, the epitome of that, right? Like sometimes TVZ, Terran and Zerg can both be like, yeah, it's all right now. Yeah, it's okay. But TVP, it seems to be like hated, man. Like ugh. But I don't know where uThermal sits. I don't know where Bling sits. More so Bling. uThermal, obviously played well against Hearthstone, but I mean, I don't know where he's sitting right now and it's like his mental state, right? Like,
yeah, well,
pretty good because it's Protoss or what?
On top of this all, let's not forget, this is a live event. You don't have the comfort of sitting at home, and that's sometimes just small talk, but there is a really big thing where you're up in a booth in front of a live audience in a place you're uncomfortable with compared to just like in your bedroom, no pants, having a good old time.
Yeah,
for me personally,
yeah.
I know that that's the biggest thing I'm relishing is sitting here with no pants on. It's the best.
Yeah. Well, we do have uThermal going for a Widowmine drop. Just brought it up because it is, of course, one of the most common build orders you can do. Gives you a lot of, I don't know, gives you a lot of things to work with.
It's a nice opener defensively, and it's something that'll give you a lot of nice scout timings, of course. But yeah. I wasn't sure that Mothership Core was going to go hammer to the base. This is not a conventional spot to put that factory. To an extent, you can almost argue that he's trying to hide it.
I would say so.
He's not actually seen it yet. And him, this has to look mighty fishy. You come to Terran base, there's nothing at the front. This is where you start thinking proxies. This is where you start thinking, like, okay, you got a CC down, but, where's anything else?
I'm surprised Bling is, well, not Bling, uThermal is as scared as he is to lift a command center for this. But he has scouted that the Nexus is down. So even if aggression is following up, it's not like, like 40 to immediate aggression.
I almost think this is a cool fake out to an extent. Like, left of the CC, you're right, okay. Maybe he's scared, maybe this was purely defensive. But look at this from Bling's point of view, right? He's seen no factory, the front of the base looks fishy as hell. You're bringing the command center back because you're not confident you're going to defend it. Why is that? Do you have something on my side of the map? I mean, like, there's got to be a lot of questions going on for Bling right now, because this does look incredibly abnormal.
That is true. Now, so far, he's not doing a build that, gets you a robo, but, I mean, if he is not going for Blink All-In, basically, it should come down in the next, like, 20, 30 seconds. And, in fact, he does kind of risk the Mothership Core in a big way, man. Like, that thing was already low to get a scout off on what's going on, and he saw it, so he does get robo down, if he wasn't already planning to do that anyways. Dang, that's so low now.
Alright, so he actually sees the Chrono Boost coming down in Twilight Council too. Now, it's not a huge reveal with the gateways, but you do see enough of them to go, alright, I gotta be a little bit worried. It's not gonna be crazy Bling Stalker all in, but still, we've seen magic happen with 3 gateways. However, if uThermal pushes and hits before any of that's done, this could do a lot of damage. Now, I don't know if he's... Oh, that supply block hurts actually really bad. What am I not started? Medevac not started. This kind of screws up for the push, because he does have one Medevac already pushing with Widow Mines, but, you know, you're not just coming with one. You want to hit 2 places at the same time. You want to be able to have aggression in the natural while you're dropping in the main. You know, distract one, hit the other, but unfortunately for uThermal, he's only going to be able to do just one for now. Bling did sneak a pylon in the bottom left corner of the map as well.
Not gonna get anything.
I like him burrowing, actually. That one was...
Three.
That was a surprisingly good shot, I'm not going to lie.
Yeah.
Oh, the transfer back, though! Oh my god! Thorough 10 kills! Bling thought he was good to go, but not the case, and wow, uThermal gets just the best hit. That's all I can describe. The best hit. Wow.
Yeah, he does.
I like the double bunkers. He's like, you know what? I knew I just did too much damage. I know he's gonna respond. Let's put down a couple of bunkers in the main and the natural.
That's exactly what it is. He's also scouted a couple of the proxy pylons going down, so he knows that Bling has all the reasons to go ahead and try and apply some pressure. But the game account really isn't that high, so it's not. It's scary because your production isn't very good after Widow Mine dropping, unless you're. I mean, you're producing Widow Mines, but even those can be juked out. You know, you got to be scared, but it's not something that Bling can actually break.
I love this defensive setup. Now the observer's going to see the Widow Mine, of course, so this is not such a free hit per se, but you know, he pre-pulled the SCVs. He wasn't quite sure what was going on. Scouts to confirm, so puts them right back on that bunker. And Stalkers are not going to break the front. Definitely not the front. They got a chance to maybe sneak around this bunker, go to the left, or something sneaky. But, I mean, realistically, Bling doesn't have enough forces to make this work. So right now, he is just kind of probing like crazy at home. He's moving towards Robo. This isn't a big all-in, but it looked like it was going to be.
Yeah. It certainly did look dedicated. I mean, he even canceled that proxy pylon that was there. He gets a bunker for his trouble. Doesn't lose anything for it, so it's, you know, it's already pretty good. Now, there is a Widow Mine dropping on the main base again in just a second here.
I think he's already used up all his good luck this game. I think from this point on, it's going to be skill that's going to have to carry him through this. Sadly, I don't imagine another crazy hit's going to go off, but it doesn't look like Bling's noticed.
Two.
Yeah. But because there's so much focus on the other side of the map, this might still be a problem. Not sure if Bling even realized he was under attack in the main.
Well, wasn't there a Widow Mine there? Unless that was one that was picked up. I'm not sure.
Oh, it probably got picked off by the observer when they blinked.
Well,
up.
if it did, it still means that he blinked in and couldn't blink out immediately, right? So that explains why he lost so many Blink Stalkers. I mean,
but look at this counterattack too. I mean,
yeah, I don't really know about doing that. I mean, he's certainly kind of desperate here, wondering like how he can get back to this game. But he did lose a good chunk of the Blink Stalkers. Almost got a medevac. That would have been nice.
Oh, we got a train of Ace Kates going in chat. Uh-oh, watch out. Cat's on the loose.
Well, he does have Colossus out, well, almost two. Almost.
Still, though, it's without external thermal land. So something that with even just 4 Marauders, you can probably get on top of. It's the sentries that are weirdly the scariest part of this right now. If that army gets force-fielded off, this goes pretty bad pretty quickly. Medevac count kind of low. Don't want to have to lose these to Blink Stalkers.
Yeah, but anytime the Blink Stalkers, you know, come to fill that fodder of the main army, that is an opening for a medevac drop in the main at some point. So while uThermal has an army that's consolidated right now, of course, his production is finally hitting its stride, and he's getting all the upgrades that he needs, and that'll be an option in the near future.
Alright, so this is a situation where Bling has caught up in workers. He's not exactly on his way to a third, but uThermal does have his coming down in the main. You know, it's like a lot of posturing going on right now, looking for ways to get in. This medevac drop could be fantastic. It might be horrible. We'll find out. But either way, uThermal's definitely the one with the control of the map. He's forcing Bling to just kind of chill out at home. Probe's not going to get devastated by this attack. But this does draw the attention away. However, Force Field's good at the ramp and the natural. They'll keep the Marines out. They'll keep the Marauders, most importantly, from stimming on top of the Colossus. And uThermal just kind of using the Force Fields, I guess, against the Zealots, but really not trading out too well there.
Yeah, not the best. And he does lose the drop in the main as well, so that really wasn't the best maneuver.
No, definitely not. But that third base is looking pretty good for him.
Yeah.
You know, upgrades were a little bit slacking for both players this game. A lot of this is back off of the fact that it did start with Blink Stalkers. But second starport on the way to make up for production. He's going to have those 4 Vikings at a time. I guess if he can get upgrades going, that's great. He's only got 1 going right now. +2. There we go. +1.
Bling is gonna go for some DT aggression, it looks like, and it's a pretty good move. So, you know, the DTs might not get anything done. There might be like a cautionary turret, and then, you know, all the DTs run into it and they die. But hopefully at least one of them gets into the main and causes some panic. You know, not even necessarily killing reactors, but just causing uThermal to kind of flip out as you normally do when you hear that swipe of DTs, right? So then that's when Bling is allowed to go ahead and get the third base, because even if your army is on the other side of the map, even if the army doesn't pull back, very rarely do you want to just, you know, move a medevac drop or your army into a Protoss, right? That's not a good idea. So it usually detracts enough attention that the third base is pretty safe to take.
I see what he's doing right now is fairly important with this pylon going down. It was just yesterday we watched proxy zealots walk in all sorts of players' faces and just go ham on the mineral lines. In this situation, just by removing that, you know, Bling's gonna have to actually walk zealots from his base across the map. That's quite the distance. So new pylons coming down here on the right side. Even that's still really far away from getting to that third.
Yeah, he does have a warp prism that's going to skirt the outer edges of Coda, hopefully not be detected by these Vikings. Did he ever get extended thermal lance? He did. All right, so he's up to 4 Colossus. Stalker count at 7 isn't that great. The warp prism is going to live. Okay.
This actually really sucks for uThermal because there's DTs in this, and in the main, okay, there's a turret, but that's gonna go down first. Then all of the armies across the map. DT drops are not something you rely on production to deal with. Drop in the main, getting some okay damage done, but it is just Marines, so medevac does fall, and they're trying to, I don't know what they're doing, they're chasing the probes, I guess. Rallied over there. Bling kind of has the minerals in SimCity work in his favor, but big amount of Marauders, huge amount of Vikings on the front lines. This is pretty, I'd say, almost do or die for uThermal, because I don't know if he's going to be able to deal with the DTs back at home. It's looking like no so far.
Oh, he's doing a good enough job. I think he, well...
Because the warp that was actually a pretty big deal.
Most of the SCVs, if not all of them, were transferred over to the natural, but he does have to deal with the DT now in the natural. Gets the third base, and this is actually, it might be recoverable if Bling could get to Storm and get some lucky storms, basically. But it looks like instead he's going to just try and all in off the back of this. He's got +2 finishing. He retained all of his units. You know, nothing, no unit died in that attack.
Yeah, but look at the Stalker count. It's 8. There's 2 Archons.
I know, it's not very good.
These Vikings should have more or less free reign to just kill all the Colossus. Without this being too much of a problem, he even spreads the fans some of them out. This is just glorious if you're a Terran player.
Yeah, there's no way. There's no way Bling's gonna win that one, but there's also probably a very, very low chance he's gonna win if he macroed as well. So.
GG. It's probably, honestly, it probably was the best choice in that situation. He saw the DTs do some damage, thought he'd get capitalized on it, but sadly, not the case. And uThermal will take game number 1 as a